Danjul is a breakout singer-songwriter from California, known for his unconventional style and rebellious personality that's earned critical acclaim. And he's on the line with us here just now. How are you today?
Hello, how you guys?
So, can you tell us a bit about how you started in music and the influences that you had early on?
Wow, I started in music around 2008
Mm.
and I started to just kind of look for a producer in LA where I live and I found one and we
Yeah.
kind of built my sound together and then years later I found other producers that were really good and just kind of like trying to go around finding the right producers to build my sound. And I found two great producers, Nathan Bakeston and
Mm.
Connor Weinstein. And yeah, so we created drama together and it was just really, really cool. And obviously my influences is Michael Jackson and
Yeah.
Brandy. So yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned drama there. What was the creative process involved in kind of bringing it to life?
Wow, that's a really cool question because we started the record honestly around 2020 during the
Mm.
pandemic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started it with Nathan first. We kind of worked on the track and I wanted something that was just really different and unique.
Yeah.
So we did that and then we laid the vocals down. And once that was done, because I'm such a perfectionist, I went to Connor and then we mixed it and mastered it. And it took a couple of tries until I got the perfect mix that I was happy with. But yeah, I'm really happy with the record. The record came out in 2021
Wow.
and it's now just starting to get its buzz, so
Yeah. And how do you think that song has influenced your approach to future projects?
you know what? I approach creating music the same way. I always have an idea first,
Yeah.
and I normally come up with a chorus or a verse first, and then
Mm.
I present it to my producers, and then we kind of build off from there. My mind is really wacky. It's
Yeah.
really like all over the place. So that's why drama has such a chaotic sound to it, with the cadence and the structure of the sounds and stuff like that. But I don't know, you know what, Toby? It really just depends on the mood of the record too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes I'm like really depressed and I will go in the studio and so it really depends. But for drama in particular, it was just a really fun record. And when I heard it, I knew it was special. I
Yeah.
just didn't know if it was gonna reach anybody.
Yeah. And you mention about sometimes being depressed and kind of going in the studio and I guess writing songs about it and all that. So, how do you ensure that your lyrics are personal but also resonate with a broad audience?
You know what? I always write from my heart.
Mm.
I really do. I'm a very emotional person at times. So whether it's a club banger or a ballad, I always write what's my truth,
Yeah.
And so for drama, actually at the time, I was going through so much drama.
Yeah.
So, so I was like, how do I make a record that, because at first it was going to be a ballad, but then
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I want a club banger. I want something that is the total opposite.
Mm.
So, if people really like listen to the lyrics, it's talking about kind of some deep stuff, but it's
Yeah.
with a club like track, if that makes any kind of sense. So, I don't even know if I even answered your question. I'm so sorry. I totally went off like you, but yeah,
Yeah. I think
but
I'll take that as an answer. And
yeah, sorry.
and are there any specific themes or messages that you tend to explore quite a lot in your songwriting?
You know what? It's whatever my mind kind of feels, but I tend to talk about life, just
Yeah.
personal things that I go through. And I like, let's say if I have heartbreak, I want to talk about that, but I'll kind of do it in a way to where it's not necessarily a sad record. It could be
Yeah.
a club banger. So
Mm.
it's kind of like the lyrics and the beat kind of they're talking about well, the feeling are different things, but I don't know if I'm making any sense to you right now, but it's kind of like I don't know, because like I said, with drama, it was a sad song, but the beat was, up tempo,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And how would you describe your overall songwriting process? Is there a consistent process for every song?
Actually, no. There's times where I literally can't think of anything.
Mm,
And I have to kind of go out and go to the beach, or
yeah.
take a drive. And but I tend to write a lot of my records off of being sad.
Mm,
And if I'm sad or if I'm going through something, a lot of my creativity just comes out.
yeah.
And I know people think that's weird, but
Yeah.
that's just how it comes out of me. I mean, I'm not saying I can't write a record if I'm happy, but the majority of the time when I'm writing, it's because I'm going through something, So that kind of fuels me, I guess. Does that make any kind of sense?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because you would maybe expect, I guess, like being sad is a bad thing generally, but to you, is there a bit of you that thinks, "Ooh, well, I'll get a song out of this"?
Yeah, a lot of my songs I've written have been because I've been sad.
Yes.
So it's just, and I'll go to the studio and I'll just be like, and I'll just start writing. And but no, there's been times where, I felt good and I was like,
Mm,
hey, I want to write a fun song. But I'm not saying
yeah.
because I'm sad or depressed, my songs are only sad. No,
Yeah.
it's just for some reason when I'm going through something, it fuels me to be creative. It's like a diary in a way that makes any kind of sense. Like, so I just feel more creative when I'm going through something. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's all the time, but that's the majority of the time.
Yeah. And it's not just your songwriting that makes you who you are, but you've got your vocal style as well, which has been compared to some legends like Michael Jackson and more recent artists like The Weeknd. So, how do you feel about those comparisons?
Man, I'm sitting here like just cheesing from left to right.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that comparison, I have no words, honestly. I
Mm,
don't even comprehend it. I definitely don't try to be like anybody.
yeah.
Michael has definitely been an inspiration for me. And The Weeknd is such an amazing artist. So to even be in the same sentence as those two giants, it's just when people tell me that, I honestly just don't know what to say. I
Yeah.
just say thank you, and but I definitely try to be myself.
Yeah.
And I think the more music that I put out, you're gonna see that. Like, okay, wow, like he's definitely in his own lane.
Yeah.
But it's such an honor. Like I said, I'm just smiling like left and right because I love Michael so much,
Yeah.
and he's inspired me since I was a kid.
Yeah. And, and you mentioned that you do try to be yourself. Do you sometimes find it hard, when your voice has been compared to those people, that people might think you're just a bit of a Michael Jackson wannabe or whatever?
Yeah, I feared that a lot of times, but my producers can definitely, vouch for me when I say I definitely don't go into the studio saying, "Oh, I want to sound like this." I've
Yeah.
given references though, when I'm creating something. I don't like to give references, and my producer Nathan knows that a lot.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I hate to give a reference, but sometimes you need that in order to create, a song. But I definitely don't go into the vocal booth trying to be like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
People have said we have a similar tone.
Mm.
And I think you'll hear that definitely on the next single that I release next year.
Ooh.
But yeah, I can never be Michael Jackson. Never. Nobody can ever be Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I can only be Danjul.
Yes, that is certainly true. Now, seeing as you've teased it, what can we expect from you next year and beyond? What are you working on?
I have a bunch of stuff that I'm working on, but it's definitely going to be a new era for me.
Mm.
Drama was kind of like a snack, if that
Yeah.
makes any kind of sense. I haven't even given you guys the appetizer yet. So I would
Oh
say
wow.
definitely the next single is an appetizer, but it's a really good
Mhm.
one. It's something that will be like, wow. I feel like I want to put out a record that is going to make people talk, you
Yeah.
know? I'm really excited about it. I can't give away the title or anything, but I'm just really, really excited. Like, I just have a lot of things going on and just I'm continuing to work and
Yeah.
just continue to be better and strive to be better. I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot and I had to take a break for a minute, for my mental health. But next year I was like, okay, I got to hit the ground running.
Yeah. And after that, when can we expect the main course?
Um, probably, I want to say I'm gonna give you guys a couple of samplers, I
Mhm.
mean appetizers, and
Oh,
then
yes.
maybe in the summer I will probably drop something that's like mind blowing. And I say that
Oh.
humbly. I don't
Yeah.
mean to be like, oh my God, like I'm conceited or something like that. But no, I say it humbly because I really, really do care about what I put out.
Yeah.
I take a lot of time to present quality music because I love pop music, and I kind of have my own little twist on it. So I'm just really excited. I mean, to put out the next song. I'm scared, honestly. I am, but it's kind of like it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to show people like, hey, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely. Well, where are we able to find all the music that you've came out with so far, and in particular, the song Drama?
definitely, I have a couple of outlets, but the main one would be my website, danjulmusic.com. And yeah, everything's on there. Everything. I took a lot of time to create it. My friend Raj, he is amazing. He definitely helped me put together the website. It's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
really proud of it and it's very professional. So yeah, you can check out danjulmusic.com and my Instagram is Story of Danjul. And drama, all my songs are everywhere on every single platform, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere.
Brilliant. Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.